everybody, Tiger Protector here, and I got more tips and strategies for Toontown Rewritten. Today we're going to talk about the silly meter because I really want to get one of these. And as you can see on this particular tune, I'm at a 29 laugh. And if we look in my book, we can see that I do not have a meter currently. So where do you get a silly meter from? Well, you're going to get that from Toon Hall. So we're going to go ahead over here to Toon Hall and talk to them. You can talk to any one of these tunes that are inside the red ribbon here. So let's go ahead and move over here and we'll just pick one. And he's going to say the silly meter is Looney Lab's greatest invention yet. It tracks the silly levels of Toontown, which go up and down based on tune activity. The best part is every time the silly meter reaches the top, all of Toontown gets rewarded. If you want to learn more, you should get a silly reader. So we need to do that. Well then, can I have a silly reader? A silly reader will let you track the silly meter from your sticker book and allow you to join silly teams. I'd love to set you up with one, but you'll need a bit more experience with silliness first. So how do I do it? You come back when you have 30 laugh points or a level 4 gag, and then we'll talk. Measuring silliness is serious business. We're going to cancel here. We need a little more laugh, one more point, and then we can get one. We need 30 laugh or a level 4 gag, and as you can see, we're only on level 3, and we got a little ways to go for 4, but we're really close on laugh, so we'll be able to do this. When I completed my task so I could hold 2 Toontown tasks, I was on Loopy Lane, so I went back there to the headquarters just hoping I can get a laugh boost. There's one for 2 laugh boosts, so we're going to pick that. That's great. Now since I have another spot, you know what? I might as well get another task for my sound gags. But just remember, when I go to get a silly meter, I need a slot open for a task because they're going to give me tasks to get a silly meter. So we need to go to Punchline Place, which is right over here. And we have to go to Professor Wiggles' House of Giggles. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to fish for some ink to start with. So I'm just going to go ahead and complete this and get the 2 laugh boosts that are needed, and then we'll rejoin so that we can get the actual meter. Alright everybody, I'm back. I've completed this task, so we're going to make sure we've done what was required. We had to get 6 bloodsuckers after I went fishing to get this 2-point laugh boost. So let's go turn this in. So now we have 31 laugh, and now we can get an actual silly meter. Let's go ahead and look at our book first, and you can see now that we did that, we have an open spot. So we'll be able to get any tasks that they're giving us. We are going to transport back to the playground because we have to go to Toon Hall. Alright, so now we're right here going in Toon Hall. Can I have a silly meter? Sure thing. A silly reader will let you track the silly meter from your sticker book and allow you to join silly teams. But first, I'll need you to run around town to boost the silliness. Choose a task. So see, here's where we have to do a task. The very first task we get is the maze game. Could you hop on the trolley and grab 75 tokens from the maze game? They're a nutritional source of silliness, you know. See ya, Fleabag, Flippin' Tail. So what we're going to do is now go out and get on that trolley and get this task done. We're in the maze game. We need 75 of these. We're already at 50. Now we got what we needed out of that. We're going to look at our tasks and we can see that we have completed that. So let's go ahead back to Toontown and turn this one in. Great job getting those tokens from the maze game. Speaking of the cogs, I'll need you to go defeat some. So now we got to fight some cogs. See you later. Let's go ahead out and fight these cogs. Remember, look at your gags to make sure you have enough before you go out and battle these cogs. Great, so now you can see we've actually completed this task, got all 5 silly suckers from the cogs on the street, and now we need to go back to Toon Hall, turn this in, and see if there's another task we're given. So as looky here, the silly levels are starting to rise again. Great job stopping these cogs, flea bag, flip and tail. Now I'll need one last thing from you before I can give you a silly reader. Walk over to Goofy Speedway and complete a race. I'll need some spare cart grease, and we found that plenty of it is collected on Toon's shirts every race. It may seem like a strange request, but trust me, it's the last crucial component to the silly reader. See ya, flea bag, flip and tail. If you watched one of my recent videos, it was about racing. And in order for a race to normally count, you have to race against another Toon, because otherwise it's considered a practice. But in this case, however, we will be able to run a practice race by ourselves, and it actually counts as a race for the silly meters. I highly recommend we just pick one of the shorter tracks here. So let's go ahead on Screwball Stadium and go ahead and do a practice. It changed on us to Corkscrew Coliseum, but that's fine. Now remember, if you hadn't had a cart already purchased, you would have to have gone to the shop, spent 100 tickets and got a cart prior to being able to do this. And here we go. When we get to the end of 3 laps, it should actually count as a race, and we can get that turned in and get our silly meter. We're now going to do lap 2 of 3. And here we are ending lap 2, and now we're on the final lap. And here we come to the finish line of the final lap. And there we have it. So let's see when we're done here and get back into Goofy Speedway if it actually counted as a race. So now we're back here. Let's open our book. You can see here now that that race actually counted. If you were actually racing, remember that practice races are just that. And if you actually want a race to count as an actual race normally, you would have to have completed that with at least one other Toon. So now that we have that done, let's run back to Toontown Central and turn this in at Toon Hall. I think that we think that you're ready, and you're right. Let me get your silly reader set up for you. Go ahead and open your sticker book, and that was actually kind of silly. Let's go ahead and do that. You can see there's 3 different teams showing here. You get to vote on which teams you want to join. And you can see here that there are 2,500,000 global silly points to go. That means they're halfway done because all the tunes working together in order for it to be completely maxed is 5 million silly points. So now how did I know that? Well, I'm going to show you something. We're going to minimize this and we're going to go on to the web for a minute. We're going to type in TTR Silly Meter. Right here at the top is a great wiki I want you to click on. What this is going to tell you is everything about the Silly Meter. I highly recommend you read through here though and understand the points and how this works and the cycles and everything else. This will tell you all of that. I hope this explains that Silly Meter quite a bit to you. Where to get it, where to find information on it, how to use it, and have fun with it. If you like my video, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in my next video.
Be strong.